It's time for the X and Y Show with your host, Mr. Roosevelt. He talks about man topics, lady topics, and relationships. He talks about love, sex, and infidelities. He even gives good tips. There is no other show that compares to the X and Y Show.
Oh yeah. Sit back, take your clothes off, and relax. It's time for the X and Y Show, where real relationship issues are talked about and addressed. The only place on the planet that tackles the topics that everyone wants to talk about, but no one is brave enough to address. Nothing escapes X and Y, baby. Now, here's your host, Roosevelt Colbert.
And greetings, and greetings. Welcome to another segment of the X and Y Show, and I'm your host, Roosevelt. And I'm glad to be back to another show, another episode, another week. A lot going on this week. Early elections have started in a number of states. Very important election. Tonight I'm going to talk about that a little bit. But before I do, remember that you can always catch the X and Y Show on any platform venue that is more comfortable or more likable to you. I'm available on Google Play. The X and Y Show is also on TuneIn, iTunes, and Stitcher. And of course, my main platform is Spreaker. That's where you can find all of my archived episodes and listen to past episodes that you may have missed. Also, my social media, I'm on the main ones anyway. Tumblr, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Be sure to follow me on all of my social media so you can keep abreast of what's going on and what's coming down the pike. And also be sure to subscribe to me. If you listen to me on iTunes or Spreaker or Stitcher or anything, tune in, iTunes, whatever the case may be, subscribe, please. I also have a YouTube page where you can listen that way as well on my past archived episodes. So I'm available through a wide array of sources that is good for you and good for me. Makes it more convenient for you, and by me making it more convenient for you, hopefully you'll listen more. So now if you didn't remember all of that I just said, you can find everything on my website, which is www.thexyshow.com. It's www.thexyshow.com. Everything is there. As far as my platforms that you can listen to, links that takes you to them, and also my social media outlets as well. Also, be sure to visit X and Y store and be a true X and Y'er. Get you a T-shirt and show everyone how much you love the X and Y Show. And also, leave me comments. Anything that you might want to say to me, whether it's good or bad. Constructive criticism, whatever the case may be. Recommendations on episodes, whatever. You just want to talk to me, be sure to send me a note through my website as well. Now, with that being said, I'm going to jump into tonight's episode. Like I said, the elections are going on, and a lot is going on as far as, people thinking about who they're going to vote for. Who they're not going to vote for and all that kind of stuff. And a lot of bullshit going on too. And usually I don't talk about political shit because there's enough outlets out there that deals with politics. And that's just a topic that I just never wanted to... there's just so much shit out there talking about politics, you don't need another one. But I thought this would be interesting because this election is affecting a lot of relationships. And it's also affecting a lot of marriages. For example, I seen 60 Minutes the past Sunday, and there was this couple on there, and they were disagreeing on who they were going to vote for. The wife was for Clinton, and the husband was for Trump. And they had stated that they couldn't even watch the debates in the same room together, because they disagreed so much, and the level of disagreeable notions or disagreeable actions between the two was so high that they couldn't even watch a debate together in the same room. And this couple was married for 37 years. 37 years. And they couldn't watch the debate. So this actual election is affecting a lot of relationships. It's affecting a lot of marriages. It's affecting a lot of shit. So that's why I chose to talk about this on my show. This would be the only time and the last time. Well, it won't be the last time, but it'd be very rare that I choose politics to talk about, because it just you don't need another political show. Okay, but I just want to address it just a little bit. Since we're around the election time, fuck it, I can talk and let you know my opinion on what's going on. So that's what I'm going to do. So that's why we're talking about it tonight. Now, the way I'm going to twist it is America ready to vote for a female president? Now, that's tonight's episode. We're talking about the presidential election of 2016. The question is America ready to vote for a female president? And when I say a female president, of course, I'm talking about Hillary Clinton. Now, a lot of you are saying, well, he could be talking about Jill Stein. Yeah, I could be, but I'm not. I'm talking about Jill Stein. And Miss Stein is a nice woman, but I'm gonna get on that later. The third parties that are running. Now, before I get into the nitty gritty of tonight's show, I'm gonna just give you a little background on Miss Hillary. A little background of her background. Kind of a skim of her resume. To let you know, where she stands as far as her education goes, etc., etc. Everyone knows that Hillary is no dummy. And she's, capable of doing, the job, as far as the posts that she's held in the past, as far as senator. But I'm going to just go down the line. And I'm going to just let you know how I feel that why Hillary Clinton will lose. And a lot of you are saying, well, what? What is he saying? What do you mean? How could you say that? And I'm not saying Hillary Clinton will lose because I hate her. I do not hate Hillary Clinton. But, I have to be realistic. In my opinion, I don't believe America is ready for a female president. I just think that that's something that this nation is not ready for. They proved that back in 2008, where there was a lot of reasons why Obama got voted in office, obviously, and he was no dummy. But I think that if you would have asked anyone that was voting during that time, who's going to win the Democratic nomination, it was Hillary Clinton, hands down. When Barack Obama became, a candidate, people was like, who the fuck is this? Where the fuck he came from? Chicago? What? Illinois? What? What the fuck he doing? This is Hillary. She's going, And, then all of a sudden he started winning this and started winning that and started winning this and started winning that. And next thing you know, Mr. Obama is the president for the next 8 years. I'll tell you why I believe that happened in a moment. But I just want to go down Miss Clinton's resume. I'm not going to say a whole damn resume. We'll be here all night. She's done quite a bit. So I'm just going to give you a little skim, just what she's done over the years. And, just so you can see that she's no dummy. I mean, everybody knows that. But anyway, let me just get started. Okay. Now, I'm getting this information from her website, actually. And I chose to do this because it gave a short kind of skim of her resume. I didn't want a long, detailed summary of her resume. Like I said, we'll be here all night. She's done a lot of shit. But I chose this coming from her site, and I just don't want you to think that it's biased. I mean, it's true. She did do this shit. So it's not biased. I mean, she did it. So anyway, here it is. Late 1960s, early 70s, Hillary attends Yale Law School. It focuses on how she can use the law to help children and families. 1973, Hillary's first job out of law school is as an attorney for the Children's Defense Fund. 1983, as First Lady of Arkansas, Hillary chairs the Arkansas Education Standards Committee to improve the state's education system. 1997, as First Lady of the United States, Hillary works with both parties to create the Children's Health Insurance Program, which insures 8 million kids today. 2000, Hillary runs for the U.S. Senate in New York, promising to fight for affordable health care. 2007, as a U.S. Senator, Hillary urges the Bush administration to address the subprime mortgage crisis. 2008, Hillary runs for president and puts 18 million cracks in that highest, hardest glass ceiling. But she didn't win, of course. Obama won. But after Obama won, he awarded her the position of the Secretary of State. As U.S. Secretary of State, Hillary leads the effort to impose the toughest sanctions in history against Iran. 2011, Hillary is part of the national security team that brings Osama bin Laden to justice. 2012, during an address on energy diplomacy, as Secretary of State, Hillary says we have to address the very real threat of climate change. 2015, Hillary launches her campaign for president, promising to be a champion for middle-class families. 2016, Hillary, a lifelong advocate for women and families, becomes the first woman in American history to top a major political party's presidential ticket. Now, I just skimmed the part, basically skimmed her resume that was basically available on her site. And it still was a lot of shit. I mean, It took me damn near almost 5-6 minutes to go through that. But I did that because I just wanted to stress, Hillary's no dummy. She's a very intelligent woman, very smart woman, very capable of doing a lot of things. I like her. I don't know her personally. She's very attractive. I think she's a very attractive woman physically. What? I can say that. I mean, she is. She's nice. She's very nice. But let me move on. She's very attractive. She's smart. She's a good person from what I can see. Like I said, I don't know her, but she's no dummy. She's very educated. She's very qualified for the position of president. But will she be president? Will she actually crack the glass ceiling to be president of the United States? The first woman president of the United States of America. I don't believe so. And now, before I elaborate why I believe this, there's reasons why I believe that Hillary will not win. I really hope that I'm wrong. I really hope that I'm wrong. And I'm not, getting my information from no polls and all that other bullshit that the other political shows get from. I'm just talking about a gut feeling. I'm not talking about information I'm getting from polls. I'm not talking about information I'm getting from any damn surveys and all that other bullshit that they use. I'm talking about a genuine gut feeling. I do not believe that Hillary Clinton will actually win. Not because she's not qualified, not because she can't do the job, but I just simply believe America is not ready for a woman president. I just don't believe. I don't have that much faith in America. Fuck it. I said it. I don't have that much faith in America. There's still a lot of shit going on in this country as far as racial equality, as far as sex equality. So we still have a long fucking way to go. And I don't think we are there yet. We proved it back in 2008. We actually voted a black man in the office. Rather than voting Hillary in. It's like, well, damn. Everyone was going to vote for Hillary, and next thing you know, Barack Obama is the president. And I'll tell you why I believe that happened in a minute. But I really don't believe that Hillary will win, unfortunately. And I'm not, now to be honest with you, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not a Hillary supporter. Shit. I'm not. I am not a Hillary supporter. I was a Bernie supporter. I was. But he didn't win because that okie doke shit that what. I'm not going to say that. But anyway, he didn't win the nomination. Move on, get over it. I'm definitely not a Trump supporter. So, being that Bernie is not in the race anymore, he didn't win a nomination. I think that Hillary will more than likely be, well, she is. She's going to get my support. I'll tell you that, even though it's none of your damn business. But I'll tell you that. But I still believe that she will not get in the White House. Like I said before, I don't think America is ready for that. Women is hard to work for. Now, I'm saying some shit now that they can't say, on MSN, CNN, PNN, all that other shit. I'm saying shit that they can't say. Women is hard to work with. Especially if they have power. Women, they lead and govern by emotions. It's hard enough working on a woman when she's a manager or supervisor, let alone the fucking president. I think this is one of the reasons why Hillary will lose. A lot of people know that women manage with emotions. So do you really want a person in the highest CEO of the land to be ruling by emotions? I'm just being the devil's advocate here. I'm not saying that she's not qualified. She shouldn't be leader because she rules by emotion. I'm just saying why people is not going to vote for her. And from personal experience, I've seen a lot of every woman manager or supervisor or director, whatever the fuck their title was, they rule by emotions. If they didn't like you, personally, you gotta go. If they didn't like the way you dress or keep your facial hair, you gotta go. Or if they simply just didn't like you, you got to go. You could be the best damn engineer, architect, or accountant on the floor, and if they just don't like you, your ass gotta go. Or they'll make your life a living hell. That's been my experience from working with women in leadership positions. If they don't like you, have something personal against you, nothing professional, but if they have something personal against you, or their women's fucking intuition, they make your life either a living hell or they get your ass out of there. Simple as that. They rule by emotions. And to be honest with you, if I had to make a choice between a man and a woman, manager or supervisor, director, 100% of the time I would choose that man over a woman. I don't give a fuck if you call me a male chauvinist, if you like it or not. I think men are better leaders. They were born to lead. They were bred to lead. That's what men are for, to lead. Not saying that women can't lead at some levels, but I think that men are, when you're talking about a position like president, I'm thinking that's a man's job. It's hard enough for a fucking man. And you're talking about putting a woman in there. I'm just speaking from, this is not the way I'm thinking. Well, it is to a certain extent. But I'm thinking this, I'm trying to relate to how America is thinking. I'm pretend like I'm America and I'm saying this, okay? That's what I'm trying to get you to do. So it's hard enough for a man to do the job, and you want to put a woman in there? I mean, in my lifetime, I've seen Reagan, I've seen Bush 1, I've seen Clinton, Mr. Clinton, Mr. Clinton, and I've seen Bush 2 and Barack Obama. And all of those men, when they went in office, they looked young and vibrant. Well, except for Reagan. But all of those men, and I remember Carter too, all of those men that went in office, they looked good when they went in office. By the time they got out of office, they looked fucked up. That's a stressful fucking job, man. That's a lot of pressure. And I'm not saying, actually, Barack Obama, he's in good shape, but he has aged. He's aged substantially since the time that he's gone in office. I mean, when he went in office, his hair was black and he looked like he was getting sleep. Now, he's got gray every damn where. Look like he ain't slept in 3 weeks. I mean, that's a stressful job. So, do you really want a woman in that job? It's hard enough for a man. That's a man's job. Fuck it. I'll say it. That's a man's job. That's how America's thinking. That's why it's hard for America to vote for a woman to be in that seat. And at one time, it was hard for me to vote for a woman to be in that seat. But the alternative is so fucked up to, and I'm not picking the best of two evils. I don't mean it that way. But I'm not voting for a third party. Damn sure not voting for Trump. And Hillary is closer. She's the closest to my ideals. As far as the stance that I take on certain things, she's the closest. So fuck it, yeah, I'm gonna support her now. But I admit to you, it's very difficult because she's a woman. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. And I don't have anything against women. Like I told you before, Hillary's no dummy. She's capable for the position. She's had experience. She's a senator. She was a damn Secretary of State. I mean, she went to Ivy League school. She's no damn dummy. She's very capable of doing the job. But she's still a woman. A lot of people will still have problems with that. Like I said, it's not this way. I'm not talking about the way I feel. I'm talking about, picture me as being America. Do you really want a woman president? I'm just saying. And you see a lot of men think that way. Shit, a lot of women think that way. Women know how they are. A lot of women don't want another woman in the top position in the United States. Or they have difficulty voting for another woman. That happened back again in 2008. A lot of women, oh no, I'm voting for Hillary. Oh. And all of a sudden, they voting for Barack Obama. They changed. Why did they do that? Anyway, this is one of the reasons why I believe that Hillary will lose. The same reason why she lost back in 2008 against Barack Obama. A lot of voters feel that they're going to vote for Hillary. I'm going to vote for Hillary. I support her, and she's our next president. But then when they get, when it's time to vote and time to go to that booth, they just can't do it. They just can't do it. They just can't go through with it. Now, I'm saying that, it's hard to vote for a woman president. This topic matter is splitting up marriages. Yeah, marriages, people that's been married for 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 years. They're fighting right now because of these damn elections. in relationships, well, relationships don't have anything vested. So, I mean, they get in an argument in a minute in politics. But this election is like, I've never seen anything like this in my lifetime. It's very, all elections are important, but it seems like this election is affecting everything, of the family. It's to the nitty gritty. I mean, it has couples actually at each other's throat. An election, just because the wife is voting for Trump and the husband is voting for Hillary Clinton, it's a war. I don't know. I've never seen anything like this before. It's very, very unique. It's actually kind of scary, really. It's almost like something is going on, like I don't know, like a spell or some shit is going on. It's like whatever happens, it's already predestined that Trump will win. I really believe Trump's going to win because, well, let me just continue. But this election is definitely affecting a lot of families, a lot of relationships, a lot of marriages. And it's because that, a lot of people do not see Hillary as a true leader because she's a woman. They won't vote for her because they don't want to vote for a woman. That's one of the reasons. Still, a lot of people out there that feel that job should be the job of a man. There's a lot of people out there that feel this way, including yours truly. Shit. But I will go against my beliefs in this race. Sometimes you have to go with what you've been used to. Yes, I would like to see a man in that seat. And that's why I wasn't supporting Bernie, by the way, just because he was a man. I just thought that he was even more closer than Hillary is in my ideals of the political realm. But he didn't win, so Hillary's the second. So obviously I'm going to support her even though she's a woman. So I'm changing. I'm trying. Give me a little credit. Give me a little credit. I'm trying. A lot of men and women won't even try. They won't even hear about voting for a woman. What? So give me a little credit. I'm trying. I really am. And actually I voted today already. So my vote's in. I early voted. So my vote's in. My civil duty is done. But getting back, I think that she will lose. One of the reasons, a lot of people just can't vote for a woman, period. There's no fancy formulas, no fancy surveys, no fancy statistics. Just a lot of people can't vote for a woman. Simple. Now, another reason I believe that Hillary will lose is because a lot of people see her as being corrupt. With all the corrupt allegations, all the shit that's coming out. Matter of fact, today, October 28th, the FBI just opened some more cases saying that they're going to investigate even more emails. A lot of people already think that she's corrupt because of the emails, because of the Clinton Foundation, etc. So, a little more than a week away from the election, and the FBI come out with this shit, talking about they're going to investigate even more emails. So, of course, a lot of people, it's going to be like a convincing convincing spear. Like, oh yeah, I knew she was corrupt. Which is the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life. It trips me out when people says that Hillary is corrupt. Shit. What politician isn't corrupt? I mean, some politician, or, all politicians have some dirt. None of them are Snow White. Shit. So they all got something. So for somebody to say that, I don't trust her, she's just untrustworthy. I'm thinking to myself, you dumbass. I mean, what? You show me a politician that's 100%. I mean, they're human. I'm not saying that they're evil. Some of them are, but I'm not saying that they're evil, but they're human. Yeah, a lot of corrupt politicians. So it trips me out how, people say they can't vote for Hillary because she's corrupt. And it's just not the emails and the Clinton Foundation. It's a lot of shit. The Benghazi, her record in the Senate. It's a lot of shit that people just don't trust her with, or because of. But nevertheless, that is another reason why I believe Hillary will not win the presidency. One, because people just can't bring themselves to vote for a woman. Two, the corruption allegations against her. I think that those two are very significant, and will prevent people from voting for her. Another reason, folks are voting for a third party. Like a dumbass. Now, don't get me wrong. We have, of course, Donald Trump is the Republican nominee. Hillary Clinton is the Democrat nominee. And the other parties, the Green Party is Jill Stein, which is a very smart woman. She's a doctor, I believe. And the Libertarian Party is Gary Johnson. And I've heard numerous people say, well, I don't like Hillary, I don't like Trump, so, I think I'm going to just give Jill Stein a chance. Or I'm thinking I'm going to vote for Gary Johnson. And he could win, if he gets a certain percentage of the vote and he has to go to this and to that and to this and to that. And that shit ain't going to happen. Now, for those of you who know the rules, it is possible. It has to go to the House of Representatives, and they basically have to choose and go through a lot of bullshit. But it is possible that a third party could win. However, very unlikely. It's not going to fucking happen, especially now. It's not going to fucking happen. So when I hear a person saying that they don't like Hillary, they don't like Donald, and so they're going to vote for Jill, or they're going to vote for Gary Johnson, and I'm thinking to myself, you stupid motherfucker, it's a waste of a vote. They're not going to win. They're not going to win. Now, I know a lot of you saying, well, you shouldn't think of it that way. Yeah, you're right. Normally you are correct, but this time around the stakes are too high to be fucking around with third and fourth parties. Any other time I would agree with you, but this time is too much at stake to be fucking around with other parties other than Democrat or Republican. They're not going to fucking win. Now, it's different. A lot of you saying, well, back in 2000, Ralph Nader. Yeah. Ralph Nader did make it close in Florida. He took a lot of votes away from Gore. and help them actually steal it from but that was a totally different situation. But I say again, Ralph Nader had no fucking chance to win. His ass should have been in the race and caused us to be in 8 years. Well, anyway, getting off the point here. My point is, another reason that Hillary will not win is because a lot of people don't like her. A lot of people don't like Trump. So they're voting for third and fourth parties. They're voting for Jill Stein or Gary Johnson. And like I said, it's a waste of fucking vote. I think you have to be a dumbass to do something like that. So those are the 3 reasons so far. People cannot bring themselves to vote for a woman. People don't trust Hillary because of all the corruption allegations, etc., etc., etc. And people don't like either of the major parties, so they're voting for the secondary parties. Okay. Now, the last reason is folks don't like any of the candidates, so they're just going to sit back. They're gonna sit this one out. I don't like Hillary. I don't like Donald. I'm not voting third and fourth party, Libertarian and Green Party. So I'm gonna just sit this one out. Just take my chances. Let it, let fate fall where it may. Like a dumbass. If you're not going to vote because you feel that you don't like any candidate, so you're going to sit back, I think you should look yourself in the mirror right now, and you'll be looking at a dumbass, because that's what you are. The stakes are too high to be fucking around this election. I've already seen pictures on Facebook and various other social media where people actually wrote in the name of the candidate that they were voting for, and they were writing a lot of jokes. Beyonce, Superman, and all this other bullshit. That shit is not funny. This is serious. This is a very serious time. A lot's at stake. The next president will choose a large amount of the Supreme Court members. Very important. Very important. So you shouldn't be fucking around by putting some bullshit name, and you shouldn't be fucking around by sitting your ass on the sideline talking about you not voting because you don't like any of them. That's just a bullshit cop-out. And you're a dumbass. And I think, really, if you don't vote, it's really a vote for Trump. That's the way I equate that. So, this election is splitting up a lot of marriages. I'm not divorcing anything, but it just have a lot of chaos in the house right now, a lot of stress situations in a lot of homes based off of an election. You got wives and men at each other's throats because of an election. That's some serious shit. And I don't know, like I said, this is the first time that I remember something that happened like this in my lifetime. I don't know if it maybe happened, I don't know, before my time. And for those of you who are listening who can answer that, send me a note and let me know has this ever happened where an election actually is affecting marriages and relationships, and sometimes actually causing breakups. Now, Hillary Clinton is going for president, obviously. And no, she was not my first choice. Okay. I'll be honest. She wasn't. I told you that. But I am supporting her now. It was hard for me to... Now, before when I was supporting Bernie Sanders, it wasn't because he was a man and Hillary was a woman. I told you before that he was more in tune with my beliefs than Hillary was. So now Hillary's a second, so I support Hillary. But I think back in 2008, it was different. You know, Hillary was running. I was like, oh, shit. Damn. A woman? Shit. And then this cat come out of Illinois. I'm like, whoa, this dude is smart here. He's qualified. I'm voting for him. That's a man's job. Okay? That's the way I feel. That's the way I felt. I still feel that way to a certain extent, but I'm changing somewhat. Hey, I'm supporting Hillary. Give me some credit. I'm trying. But I still believe ultimately that is a man's position. And that's one of the reasons why I believe that Hillary will lose this race. A lot of people in the United States believe that that is a job for a man, not a woman. Another reason, people just don't trust her. They're not going to vote for her because they don't trust her. They think she's a crook, think she's corrupt. You know, like she's the only fucking politician who's done cover-ups and all that other bullshit. You know, only Hillary Clinton has done that, nobody else. It's dumb shit. But a lot of people are going to hold that against her. And a lot of people are using that just as a crutch, as a cop-out, and just saying that. Oh, I don't trust her. But it's really because she's a woman. It's a bullshit cop-out. So you got people who believe that it's a man's job. People's not going to vote for her because they don't trust her. Okay? People... The next reason people are going to vote for a third and fourth party, you know, the Libertarian Party or the Green Party, you know, like Hillary or Donald, so they're going to vote for a candidate that has a donkey's ass hair chance of winning, you know, just to say, well, I voted. And like I said, any other race, I'll be like, that's cool. Okay, you voted for the person that you believed in. That's cool. I can dig it. But not this one. Not this one. Don't be fucking around in this election. Your ass need to vote Republican or Democrat. Period. And the last reason. People are not, I believe that Hillary will lose. Because you're going to have a lot of people that is not pleased with the candidates, all of them, so they're just going to sit back. They're not voting for no damn body. So, with all of that, you know, being said, you know, not voting because she's a woman, not voting because they don't trust her, they think she's a corrupt, voting for third and fourth parties, not voting at all. I think that Hillary's vote is going to be so diluted because of all that bullshit that I just said. Because of all that bullshit that I just said, I think that her vote's going to be so diluted, it's going to cause her to lose. I really believe that. However, I really hope that I am incorrect. I really do. Because the alternative would be, you know, shit, we'll be in trouble. Shit. We'll be in some some serious shit. I hope that I am wrong. I really, really do. So, I guess, you know, in a little while we'll find out the truth. hopefully this election will be over before, any more couples and relationships or marriages be affected too far as to even splitting up and separating. Some have already have. I know a couple of people who's been separated from this election. It's some bullshit. But that's how serious it is. That's how life-threatening it is. This shit is serious. It should not be taken lightly. So, is America ready to vote for a female president? I don't think so. I think the same thing's going to happen in 2016 as it did in 2008. It's not because Hillary is not qualified for the position. It's not because she is actually knows what the fuck she's doing. It's because ultimately, people don't trust her, and she's a woman. That's it. That's it. That's why she's going to lose. And, people feel so strongly about those two factors. They'll vote for a third and fourth party or not vote at all. So her vote's going to be so diluted, she can't win. I really hope I'm wrong. A lot of you saying, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. I hope you're right. I hope you're right. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I really hope you are correct. I would admit it. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. If Hillary win this race, I will say that. I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. I guess we'll find out on November 8th. By the way, November 8th is my birthday. So if any of you want to send me any pictures, just kidding. Anyway, that concludes tonight's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. It was an episode of a little political twist, but I did this because this actual election is affecting a lot of relationships. It's affecting a lot of marriages. So I just wanted to touch on it and give my little twist. Is America really ready for a female president? Well, I already answered the question for you. What I believe, hell no. But like I said, I hope that I am wrong. Prove me wrong, America. Prove me that I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Prove that to me. And I'll be the happiest man in the world. Trust me. You have been listening to the X and Y Show, and remember that you can catch all my shows on Spreaker. That's what my main platform is, where you can catch all the archived episodes that you can listen to, the episodes that you missed. Also, you can check out any venues that you might listen to on my website, as far as Google Play, Stitcher, iTunes, and TuneIn. You can have links to all of those, whichever one that you prefer to listen to. And be sure that you subscribe. Please subscribe so you can also be a part of any new shows coming down the pipe. Also, follow me on any social media. I'm on Instagram, Tumblr, Facebook, and Twitter. You can find all of that on my website, www.thexyshow.com. www.thexyshow.com. Also, the X and Y Show store. Be sure to get you a t-shirt or a coffee mug. Show that you are a true X and Wire, so everyone will know that you love me. Also, send any contact information as far as anything you want to say to me. Jason, good show, bad show, you disagree, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Anything you'd like to say to me, fill out the contact form and just send me a little message. I'll read it over the air. With that being said, that concludes tonight's episode of the X and Y Show, and I will see you next Friday. And always remember, you cannot have LOVE without X and Y. Good night. I will see you next week. Later.
You've been listening to The X and Y Show with your host, Roosevelt Colbert, the place where real relationship issues are talked about and addressed. Join us next time. You can now put your clothes back on. Or not.